Hey guys, I'm John with Hops and Brews, and today let's partake in some Canadian non-alcoholic beer. So today we're going to be partaking in Partake Brewing, located in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Now, there are 3 other variants they do have. I could get a hold of them. There's a Gose, which does sound quite delicious. I believe it's a peach Gose. A red, which also I do enjoy a good red, and a blonde. But this is what I could get a hold of. Probably what you'd most likely see in the Northwest anyways. But let's go ahead and dive into at least half of their catalog. I'm going to go with the Pale. Let's go ahead and start there. Partake Pale Ale comes in at a 0.3% ABV, 18 IBUs, and gets an average rating on Untappd of 2.89. Partake Pale Ale is brewed with all natural ingredients and registers 0.3% alcohol and only 10 calories per can. It has the aroma of our IPA, but a reduced bitterness, clocking in at 18 IBUs. Partake Pale Ale blends fruity and floral hops to infuse the brew with bright flavors of orange zest, grapefruit, and a whisper of pine. It's dry on the palate with a delightful crisp finish. All right, let's take a look. Honestly, it's actually very appealing looking. It actually kind of almost looks like an amber. It was pouring great looking. It had a head. It did dissipate quite quickly, but appearance is fantastic looking, crystal clear. So, okay, I smell pininess. I smell hoppiness. It smells like a Northwest hopped pale. It does kind of have that aroma of something I've tasted in, say, Asian themed, of someone thinks this is what a Northwest beer should taste like, where when you're in the Northwest, you're like, no, that's not what we do. But let's give it a try. Ultra thin. Ultra thin. That is water. That is pure water. But 10 calories. This is gonna be hard to pass for as a beer. This is hoppy, ever so slightly malted water. This tastes like watered down beer. Ooh, there's a crispy bite to it too. Now when they probably describe this as being crisp finish, it seems to be more of it's just overcarbonated type of a deal. Not horrible, not the greatest, but for 10 calories, this is pretty good. Most of the domestic non-alcoholic stuff I've had locally is, I think the lowest is 50 calories. So really, but it does have a lot more flavor than this, and the body's a bit different. But it is a lager base. This is a pale, coming at a lot less calories. But the other one though does come in at 0% alcohol. So, and some of the other ones do hit more like the 69 category, 70 calories. So, there's something you win and lose some. Like this, you could chug a lot of these down. But there is hope in this. So I'm hoping this stout and IPA, I'm really looking forward to this IPA. So let's go ahead and get into the IPA. Partake IPA comes in at a 0.26% ABV, a 26 IBUs. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 2.80. Partake IPA is an award-winning craft brew made using all natural ingredients and balances citrusy hops with a subtle malt backbone. A light, bubbly body, and a dry finish make this an all-day sipper that packs an incredible amount of flavor. So this is looking pretty promising so far. Still has more head than the previous one. Color is pretty similar. Almost identical, actually. Still crystal clear, can see right through it. The hop profile is different. This one did smell a bit more soapy, piney. I get more citrus in this. I'm gonna bet the same body though. Ooh. Okay. That's not half bad. That's not half bad at all. Okay, I mean, it's like, that's about as good as a session IPA. Honestly, I've had way worse session IPAs. It's still got that soapy pine hopness to it that people try to say it's a Northwest style. It's like if someone made a bad Northwest IPA. But the up front and the middle are actually pretty good. And the body, I want to say it's actually a little thicker. I mean, just a hair. But that hair puts it into like, ooh, this is a beer. Yeah, this I actually really like this. Like if I wanted a IPA non-alcoholic beer, this is an IPA non-alcoholic beer. 10 calories too. This, I would take a 6-pack of this. This is good. This is that I want a burger. I want to eat something light. I want that hoppiness. This is good. I could probably get used to this if it had just a minute more malt flavor to it. It would be an amazing thing. You know, bump it up to that 30 calorie mark and just put 20 calories of malt in this bad boy. Oh my God, this thing would be an amazing beer. Amazing non-alcoholic. Very nice, very enjoyable. Again, that reminds me of a session IPA. I could have this mowing the lawn and think I'm drinking an IPA. I really could. I think that one's really good. All right, so far everything's gotten a little better. Let's see if this stout does the trick. Partake Stout comes in at a 0.3% ABV, a unavailable IBUs. It gets an average rating on Untappd of 2.55. Partake Stout pours as dark chestnut with aromas of chocolate and roasty hazelnuts. Finally, a non-alcoholic beer worthy of being called a stout. Only 30 calories per can. Okay, so final beer is their stout. The head, I will state, wasn't white. It was actually brown. You can't see this, but carbonation is still going. So I know this is going to be a very heavily carbonated, like it is coming up from the center. It is actually really cool looking. I can't see through it. That is a plus. So it already has some very nice cues other than the carbonation, but I just think that's cool. Aroma, let's dig into that. It's got a chocolatey, a roasty aroma. So let's dive in. That is interesting. Wow, you taste the chocolatey cocoa-ness, and it's not like artificial. It's just ever so light. And I will state though that like going up against these two as the IBUs increase, and then I get this and there's no IBUs, so I kind of have that lingering in there, but I am able to distinguish the flavors. I get a drying, like old chocolate. Have you ever had like old dark chocolate sitting in your cabinet and starts like forming like white spots on it, and you bite into it and it kind of just tastes, I don't know, not chalky, but powdery and dry, you know, that dark chocolate, that's what this tastes like, but watered down a lot. You get that chocolate, dark chocolate notes, you dig for it, but it's there. Like up front, there's nothing. In the middle right there, boom. I taste this chocolatiness, this thinness, and then the aromas in my mouth are just hints of cocoa powder or something like that. I will state though, I did enjoy I believe the Untitled Stout better. It had way more roasted notes, but I'm almost positive that thing was probably around 130 calories. This, coming in at 30 calories, is something completely different. I wouldn't say this is an amazing stout. I wouldn't say this is the world's best non-alcoholic beer. But if you are a stout person, and maybe you are one of those people that do like pairing their beers with their food to the extreme, like some wine people do, and you're like, well, I know stout and beef and steak go really well together. You're non-alcoholic now, this might be up your alley because it has just enough of those notes that might bring you to that spot. But overall, all three of these, for the fact that these are 30 calories or under, the flavors of what they're giving you compared to some of the domestics and their calorie count is amazing, actually. Now you are paying a bit more for these. This is about $2 a can, where the other ones come in about like, you know, under $1 to just over $1. So, but at that same time, that calorie count, you know, what are you trying to do with your non-alcoholicness? This IPA, I think, is money right here. I honestly wish 20 more calories of sweetness in this. And this is a 24 pack I'd buy if they sold it in 24 packs. You know, I would pay $50 for that. Pretty good. The pale, it's a bit much. Stout, I do taste the stoutiness, but I probably wouldn't go after buying it. Now, I would love to try their Gose and their red. I hear both are fantastic. And I would bet the Gose is the closest to a traditional Gose because those are already pretty low in calorie and ABV and a lot of flavor. And also probably pretty rejuvenating too, since it has the salt and a lot more minerals in it. And you can go check all of their beers out at drinkpartake.com. And I believe you can even order from there, and they should be able to ship nationwide since it's all non-alcoholic. So, yeah. Honestly, if your IPA, probably a Gose, I really want to try that red, these are worth a shot. So far, these are probably the best for lowest calorie and the most flavor. So, if that's what you're trying to find, check these guys out. See you guys. Hey guys, did you like this video? Remember, hit like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media stuff. The links will be at the very bottom of the description. While you're down there, go ahead and leave a comment or two. Have you ever partaked in Partake Brewing? What was your favorite flavor? Is there a style or flavor of non-alcoholic beer you think they should make? Let me know in the comments below. See you guys.